Okay, picking up straight from where we left off in the last video, we have just finished the first level of 24. I'm trying to keep the videos under 15 minutes if I can. That'll get really hard in the later levels where it becomes more of a rage quit style video. So Marathon is a big ship. Lore-wise, it's huge. And there is an alien invasion. We still haven't found out the name of the aliens. But for some reason on Marathon as well, there's lava later on. I still can't work out that. Why would you have lava on a spaceship? Alright, so bigger guns nearby. Now this is the second level. Whoop. I thought he was on the other side. Okay. So this is the first level where we sort of have to press buttons and get things working. Oh, missed that first message. Let's do that again. So Leela is talking to a whole bunch of colonists planetside. That's cool to know. And we're looking for... Now I can sort of see, as you go through this game, how... So we've got a grenade launcher and assault rifle there. That's good to know. And that's the terminal I need to get to leave this section. Cool. So lore-wise, as you read through things, you start seeing things that are very reminiscent of Halo. So this is where I need to get to. But for some reason, this isn't something I can walk up now. So I need to go and fix that. So again, in sections like this where it's all a bit samey, it's probably a good idea to have just the map up so you can see where you're going. As you can see, it gets in the way when you're fighting, so we close it. Now this is, again, just a random room with a window in the roof. Good to know. And in here we see our first pink guy, who isn't really worth panicking about. They don't shoot at you because they're same as the green fellas, they just take 4 shots. Now, you've got another health station here, but we haven't been shot. You've got this cool switch here. It turns off a light. It's really handy if you don't like that light. And in here we've got one bad guy, but then there's a lot more coming. So I like to just sit here and get started. There we go. And there is a secret room up here, which to get to, you need to grenade jump, which is a cool Halo thing too. And as you saw, there was some invisible guys up there. If you just get up there without taking note of them at all, that sort of can go sideways very quickly. And sideways is not a good thing. So here we are, we're in that room we saw. Now we press this button here. And it switches on and off straight away, which means it's a permanent change. Permanent changes are good, it means I don't have to run anywhere, I can take my time. So to get to that secret room, it's only really worth it because I know there's a health station nearby. So I know there's a health station up near where I got the assault rifle. So I sort of try and line it up and point it at the wall, and it launches me the other way. You can see it absolutely butchered my health, and it's just for ammo. Now I know now how useful ammo is later in the game, so to me that's worthwhile. If you're wondering, on the left of the screen you've got a red bar, that's your health. It isn't always just red. You can have overshields, which is a handy thing, also something that's in Halo. The blue bar is oxygen, so there's a level later on, I think there's only 1 or 2 levels, I think it's only 1, where oxygen becomes an issue. Now I like to check before I go to a new area that might be a bit iffy, that I've explored everything, which I have. And we can change now. So I try to use the assault rifle as little as possible. Now there's bad guys down here, and they start shooting. You can get them to shoot each other and they'll sort of fight each other then. Blue guys take 4 shots as well, I think, but instead of just the one bolt they fire at you, like the red guys, they'll fire 2, so they're a little harder to dodge. There we go. And again, there's another secret room up here with an upgrade. I don't like the upgrade, but I'll get it towards the end of the level when I'm sure I'm going to have enough health to do it, because it's again another one where you have to grenade jump, and you can access it from 2 sides because it's just here. You can see the whole thing on the map, and I know what that upgrade does. It turns the whole world blue, but it makes enemies stand out a lot. And there's enemies down here. I like the way it makes the ricochet sound if you miss. It's just a handy little indicator. Now, in 1994, this was insanely great graphics. I remember absolutely being terrified when I was just a kiddo. And I could see my brother making it past a few levels, but I never really did, because like I said, I couldn't activate the switches. The best I managed to do was basically get past and kill a few of the Thor, but again, we don't know their names yet. And I went the wrong way. It's very easy to get turned around, so you'll see me all the time pull up the map. Now, just there, we've got enemies back here, so they've clearly fallen down from spaces in the roof. So we've got these holes up here where enemies can jump down. They tend to spawn at random points. I like to just tidy them up as we go, so I'm not surprised when I absolutely do not want to be surprised. Again, making sure I'm actually going the right way. This is the sort of area where I'd expect a secret room where all the walls are the same and you just sort of walk up and hit tab on a random spot and the door opens up. Now up here is a room that looks really important, but really the most important thing is there's a corridor there that enemies will come down at you. And from memory, no, he's come up already. It's a bit random with which enemies get aggroed at which point. I think it's very sensitive, but down here is an actual scheduled event. So we go past 1, we go past 2 holes, and then it's going to trigger when I get to here. So what I'm going to do is immediately go back. So I fired a grenade at this first guy, because I don't want to deal with 3 of them all at once. And here we have a whole bunch of other ones. Now while I can, I'll deal with these with pistol, but here we sort of just cheese. Oh, he managed to get a shot off, which means that grenade jump isn't really worthwhile, but I'll do it for the sake of the video and hope I survive the next level. Alright, so that is right there, the end of the level. To get up there, we press the button, it activates this, but we can also have a look at this one. We've got lots of information, basic door designs, direct control of all doors, all that sort of stuff. Durandal. So Durandal is another AI. He looks after the doors. Now Durandal becomes a very important AI. Pretty much he almost becomes the antagonist, but he's also very helpful. Now there was a point on the map there, security breach at this terminal, which is this one here. Cool. so we'll go back to that secret room and I'll show you this power up. It does actually come in handy in the next level at the start, because there are so many enemies that are a little bit harder to spot at the start of the next level. And there we go. And I know there's a save point and a health station as soon as I do get in that next level. Alright. This one's a bit harder because it's not right against the wall. There we go. So, all the bad guys turn red, all the walls turn blue. Makes them really easy to stand out unless you're a certain type of colorblind. The gun that I'm holding is yellow. Like I said, I don't really like this. And that grenade jump did nearly kill me. I'm down to 2 on, or 20% of my health. Like, it's cool, but I honestly don't feel like this one is worth it, considering what I have to go through at the start of next level, and that there's no health stations in this half of the level for this one. Right, so that's level 2, and we'll kick off from that point in the next video. Have fun. Like, share, and subscribe if you're really enjoying it.